Bleu Reine is a French singer and songwriter who's currently after a concert in Budapest at Három Holló Cafe. What motivates your music? What is your inspiration to write your song text and the melody?
Well, first of all, I would say that my music is motivated by my emotions, or as many other people, I guess. But there is a specific world around the record that I just got out, La Saison Fantôme. And this record was motivated by emotions and by frustration, maybe, and depression and stuff, pretty dark stuff. But usually, not everything is like that in my music. I would say I am motivated by maybe the possible existence of other landscapes, other ways to understand the world. I don't know if it's clear, but my music is motivated mostly by things that are not under my control and things I would like to reach for, or emotions that I don't know how to deal with. Maybe also the stories I have been read as a child, tales, ancient tales of European cultures, as you have listened during the concert. But yeah, I guess these are the things. And also, I have listened, and I'm still listening to very different kind of music. So I have played classical music, and I've played in more saturated music, and every genre has brought me something that I want to express in my music now. So I guess that's also the second part of what motivates my music.
You live in France, but you have lived also in Germany. If you compare both countries and also the art scene, the music scene in both countries, what are the similarities and the differences between these both big European nations?
This is a great question, but unfortunately, when I was living in Germany, I was not particularly in the music scene. I was a student both times, so I worked and I was at the university, but I was not like invested in any special musical activity. I mean, I was playing as an amateur musician, but I was not a professional like now. So I can't compare really the two countries and the scenes because I am not very familiar with the inside of the musical scene, at least the alternative scene in Germany. But from what I know, because I've been playing a few gigs now in Germany, I would say that there's a very rich alternative life in the many cities I've been to, and there is a rich underground culture as well. And even if the cities are sometimes a bit clean and rich from the appearance, you can be sure there is always an underground scene somewhere. We played in Düsseldorf last week with my band, and we were told that even in Düsseldorf, which is a very healthy city, there is still a big underground scene. So I would say Germany is a bit, sometimes can be a bit more secretive about the scenes, but many bands and great artists I know are from Germany. And France, I don't know. I only lived in Paris, so I don't know for the other cities, but I would say right now the alternative scenes are a bit endangered by gentrification, by the national politics as well, and by the local politics, because all the alternative venues that we have in the city are threatened. Maybe they're going to close, maybe they're going to maybe they're going to have to pay a lot of money to be able to stay open, but they have many enemies, let's say it that way. So it's not easy for them to stay open and to continue welcoming artists in the decent conditions. So the conditions are a specific topic. I won't be talking about it now, but I would say we have a rich and very diverse and very interesting alternative scene in France, of course, but it is not always easy find a balance between playing for your pleasure and playing for making a living out of it. So it's, yeah, from what I know.
How can the recent political situation and the new elections, what brought a very interesting situation that neither Macron nor Mélenchon and nor Le Pen has the majority on its own, and they need to somehow cooperate with each other and against each other to bring their agenda in the politics. What do you think, what can it mean for the culture and for the alternative culture in Paris and in France?
Well, first of all, like I said, I think alternative artists and alternative scene in general they both have many friends, but they also have enemies. And anybody can be an enemy of culture, because as soon as you think artists are too privileged, or they should have less time or less money or less blah blah blah, I mean, once you've said that out loud, it is clear that you are not particularly a friend of a cultural and creative world. So I would say what happened recently in France and what would probably happen in the next month and years because of that, because it will obviously leave a trail behind. It's not just one event and okay, the far right didn't win this time. It's gonna probably stay in the atmosphere for a long time now. And I would say that they, in a way, the far right just have come up with the idea that creative artists are too privileged and that we have to somehow abolish those privileges. And I think we have many ways to make a living out of art in France. It is not easy, but it's possible. And right now, the fact that the left and Macron and the right are more or less on the same level, I think it will bring the dialogue about arts and cultures to a different level, because the far right wants to preserve the patrimony that already exists, and the left wants to help new artists continue to create new stuff. And I think those two sides are gonna have to somehow discuss these things and come up with a solution so that people can continue to create, because without creation this country is just going to become a museum, and it is not what we want. So.
In which country you see a better situation for the alternative artists?
I don't know. I don't know the other countries well enough to do so, to have this point of view, but I think it's not a question of is it better somewhere else. It's a question of okay, we have clearly stuff to discuss between every person who is concerned about these elections. So I don't know if it's better somewhere else, but no, sorry, I'm not comfortable with that question because I don't know. I'm not aware of the details in every other country. So it is possible that we are more comfortable with our situations as artists, as we're probably more comfortable than other artists in different countries in the EU. I have German friends trying to make a living out of art, and it seems to be even more difficult than it is in France. But it's not just the system, it's also how we publicly appear in the media and how people are talking about the creative people. I think this can lead to a lot of change in the next months or years, because right now I have the feeling that things are in motion and people are starting to think, okay, I don't have enough money, and I think it's because these people and these people and these people are taking it away from me. So now that this is part of the political discussion in general, I think we are probably going to have some change in that system. So
Now
But-
you have played here in Budapest, and you will play at the Bankito Festival, also in Hungary. Is it the first time that you are playing in Hungary, or have you been here before? And also in the region in Transylvania, where what was earlier Hungary and currently Romania, you have been also writing a song when you were there. So how you find this area, Hungary, Romania, and surroundings, and how often are you here?
Well, it's not the first time I'm here because I toured last year during the spring. So it was the first time then that I came to Hungary and I discovered Budapest for a few days. And I played a show here in Aurora.
Aurora, yeah.
Yes, and it was a tiny show, acoustic, during an exhibition, so it was very different from tonight. But I loved to play there, and I think the place is very. It has a vibe that I like, and so I stayed in touch with the people there that organized this show. And when I told them I was going to be in the area again this year for my summer tour, they said, yeah, Aurora is going to be closed for a few days because of Bankito Festival, but if you want, you can get on board for the programmation. So that's a thing that I'm playing now on Saturday. And second, they also told me that they had another contact for another venue in Budapest if I wanted to play there, and this is the venue where I just played Automne. So yes, I think first time I was here, it was for a tiny concert and I made some contacts, and now second time it's a bit bigger, and maybe next time it's probably be a bit bigger too. And Transylvania, it's also a place that I love so much, and important stuff happened to me there. So I am the song I wrote about Ziggy Shoara is a way of paying my tribute to this event that occurred a few years back when I was here for the first time. So. And now I have also friends in Romania because of what happened. I explained it in the song, and yeah, I mean it's a part of Europe that I just love, and I love being here. I love the people here, and I think the surroundings are very charming, and the cities are very much alive, and there is just something that calls me in those places. So. I hope I can tour again next year.
What are your plans for the future? New albums or just touring?
No, I am on tour now until the end of September. I mean, the main part is this summer, but I have a few more gigs in September in Italy and in Belgium. And I think after that, I'm going to go back to writing and producing the next songs. So I am thinking of a second album, but I am also not against the idea of having a smaller objects in between, because I think it helps me get more concrete with my ideas, to just have something without any pressure, maybe just something that would be released on Bandcamp, for example, like 4 or 5 songs, I don't know. So hopefully it will be an album, because I want to do a second album now, but it might also be just smaller stuff, and demos I will be releasing anyway, because I am in the mood right now where I need to let things out of my system, so yeah, I'm there.